Hi, in this video I want to continue the trend line of videos that I started back on the 8th of January and focus on chart analysis and price prediction for ADA. Back in that video I introduced basic concepts of chart analysis such as the 50 and 200-day moving averages and whether the crossing of these levels can potentially confirm bearish or bullish markets. So we have two main indicators, which are the death cross whenever the 200-day moving averages gets on top of the 50-day moving averages, and the opposite, which is called the golden cross. Back in the video that I did on the 8th of January, I analyzed the chart of ADA versus Bitcoin, the daily chart, and explained why back in the beginning of September of last year, the gap between these two levels we had been representing a bullish market began closing, and the confirmation called death cross that happened at November of last year marked the beginning, the confirmation of this bearish market of ADA against Bitcoin. Back then, I also identified that the gap between the two levels was potentially closing, and that potentially we could see a golden cross happening at some point this year in February, ending of February, beginning of March. I wanted to give an update on this, so I have zoomed in the chart, and this is today's chart. At the moment that I'm recording this video on the 21st of January, we are on top of the 1000 level Satoshi. This level has been established as some sort of support for the price of ADA against Bitcoin. If you can see this chart, this is the death cross that was on the previous chart that happened back in roughly November last year. And as you can see, the gap between the two levels, the 200-day and the 50-day moving average, which I identify as a potential closer, has begun to close. So right now, being at on a really high level of 1000 Satoshis, means that the 50-day moving average will go up, whether the 200-day may slightly still go down, up to a level that a potential golden cross, as identified in the previous video, will happen. So this might happen, as I mentioned before, at the end of February, beginning of March. This is just a confirmation that this chart and this tendency is still happening. Back in that video, I introduced as well the concept of Elliot Wave theory. So as you can see, I related the chart of the weekly Cardano versus Bitcoin chart to a current potential wave 3 of a major mega trend. So back then, all the conditions were met for having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, which marked the beginning of wave 1 mega trend, ABC correction being the wave 2 of the megatrend, and we will now be on the wave 3 of the megatrend, which is roughly consistent of 5 waves, and we would be on the wave 1. So I wanted to give an update on this. So this is the Cardano versus Bitcoin weekly chart at the moment that I'm recording this video. So as I mentioned, we are in the 1000 Satoshi levels. This confirms that we are in a bullish wave, potentially still meeting the Elliott Wave theory that I explained. So let me give another time an explanation of basic Elliott Wave theory. So markets move in 5 waves, 1 to 5 when they are going up, and correction happens in 3 waves, ABC. Within each of the waves, 1 to 5 and ABC, there are subwaves. Whenever we are in a bull wave, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up waves, and whenever we are in a bear wave, we are ABC corrections. So plotting back again the chart and trying to adjust again the Elliot waves, I have colored in black the subwaves. So we can see that the potential wave 1, subwave 1 of the mega trend wave 3 is still occurring. So I wanted to give a little bit more of a detailed explanation on this, and it is really difficult to see whether when we are or what is going to happen in this wave 1 if we look at the weekly chart. But for this we can take a look at the daily Cardano versus Bitcoin chart. So we will be in this region, and I have plotted which could be a potentially wave 1 for sub wave 1 for this mega trend wave 3. So as you can see, this would have 5 waves, and potentially this would mean we would already have seen waves 1 to 4, and we will be in the last wave 5 of this wave 1 of the sub waves of the mega trend. So simplifying this, whenever we reach the end of wave 5, we will be in position 1. So the first wave of the subwave of the megatrend will have occurred, and this can potentially happen at the 1500 Satoshi level, which is a resistance level. At that point, it is most likely that we will see a correction in the ADA BTC price. So we will see an ABC correction going to wave, which will mark the wave 2, ending of wave 2, retracting the price back up to the 1000 Satoshi levels, which is now a support level, and right then it is going to be as well a support level for the Cardano Bitcoin price. I wanted to give an update as well on the Bitcoin versus dollar price. So back when I made a video, the trend of Bitcoin with respect to dollar was mega bullish. So I clearly identified that we were in a bubble, and I gave 3 potential scenarios that could happen: either Bitcoin going up, getting steady, or going down and seeing an immediate correction. So as we can see, we are in the middle of so Bitcoin price didn't still went up, so it immediately corrected. That's a given. So this is really good news for the whole cryptocurrency markets, because it means that the bubble that we are into was not that severe that could potentially burst into getting a really bear market for months. This has meant a healthy correction for the price. Price is going to a more steady tendency, and this is good news for the market. This correction was necessary. We have not corrected back to critical levels yet, but we have not stayed as well between the 35,000 45,000 region that I mentioned in the first video. So we are in a level which, at the decay rate that we are, will continue to go down, and we will find some support, some key level supports. These key level supports are found in the 20-week moving average, and as well on the 50-day moving average, which eventually will be around the in the $30,000 region after the rate of decay that we are. So in a summary, Bitcoin has corrected. This is a very healthy indicator, and the Bitcoin eventually will find some level of support, which is the 50-day moving average, the 20-week moving average, around the 30K level. Cardano has entered a bull phase against Bitcoin, which is really well for the price of Cardano in the short term. The gap between the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average is getting closer, and a potential golden cross might happen at the end of February, at the beginning of March of this year. If we want to identify the short-term prediction for price in ADA, we can take a look at the weekly, the daily chart, sorry. This daily chart identifies that we are in a trend of a wave 3 who has a subtrend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would eventually mean that we are in a wave 5 of this trend, potentially peaking at the 1500 Satoshi levels. Once we have reached this level at some point in time, the ADA versus Bitcoin price will correct. This doesn't mean that the ADA versus dollar price will correct as well. The ADA versus dollar price, you have to be aware that is completely different from the ADA BTC price. But whenever cryptocurrency market, the whole crypto markets are going well, it is really bullish for ADA to be positioned correctly against Bitcoin, because this would mean potentially that the price of ADA could reach dollars. So we are really looking for that in the market. And yeah, as I was mentioning, sorry, the price of ADA against Bitcoin, once reached in the 1,500 Satoshi levels, is most likely to correct back to the 1,000 Satoshi levels that we're seeing right now, completing the wave 2 of the sub pattern on the mega trend, which we are of a bull market of a wave 3, which is a very long wave to ride, and we are just in the beginning. So it's very, very bullish for ADA against Bitcoin. I hope you liked this video. If so, please let me know. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, so I can keep up producing content like this. As you might probably know already, Mine is a stable operator for ADA. We are growing by the day and looking forward to keep growing. Mine operates with a low fees and offers the possibility of earning 1000 ADA per month in a lucky draw. There's a video on the channel on how to delegate your ADA to Mine. If you are still not delegating, don't wait. You simply delegate it without any risk, and immediately it will start producing rewards. Thank you.